said they have 2 degrees, that they have 1 degree and they're working on a second. What degrees do they have?
This happens when you have not did enough studying or learning about what all different institution does. This happens when you are set in your ways and you think that you're correct. Now, I can get her point based on the other phrase when she's saying is that he said he had 2 degrees. Now, me hearing that saying that he have 2 degrees and he's working on another, I can only assume that it's a possibility that he could be working on a master's, or he could be working on another associate's, or he could be working on his second bachelor's. You can do multiple things, have multiple degrees in the same level. So I can't assume. I just have to listen to everything. Some colleges that you can attend in universities have a associate's program. There's no limitation on how many associates that you get. Some colleges and universities have both programs. They have the associates and the bachelor's. But then there's some colleges and universities only have a bachelor's program. Then there's colleges that have all degrees. They have your associates, they have your bachelor's, they have your master's, your doctor's, and your professional degrees. And sometimes they have your trade in those colleges where you can get certificates. So, which is not a degree, it's just a certification or a certificate. It can mean a lot of things, but what I have noticed that wordplay, based on the snapshot that she showed that the person was unintelligent about the degrees because they assume that a associate's degree is not credible. Or they may have assumed that it was just nothing. And if a person said they had 2 degrees, they cannot assume which one it is until they tell them which one they're specialized in. So it would be an uneducated guess for anyone to think that the person lied, because the person could be obtaining multiple degrees in the same type of degree, which would give him credit for each one of those degrees. It wouldn't be multiple, like Associates of Science or Associates of Arts. It wouldn't be 1, it'd be 2 Associates of Arts. So it depends on what field that person is going to. But if a person said that they have 2 multiple degrees and they're obtaining their bachelor's, meaning that they have not completed their studies in bachelor and as a bachelor, but they will be soon getting their bachelor's degree. That's what that means. You can't take away from it at all. The person have not completed their bachelor's degree until they actually walk and receive their certificate. So you can assume that this person may have multiple associate's degree. Or you can assume that they do have associates and bachelor's, and they may be going back for their another bachelor's degree. I cannot assume that they're going for a master's degree because they said that they are about to get their bachelor's degree. They have not completed it. They said they're working on it. Working on a bachelor's does not mean that they have completed it. And I think that's where the blurred line that everybody didn't hear her say. But her demeanor was belittling, like it was not a degree. Because she may have went to an institution that did not have that type of program. But it does not mean it doesn't exist. I have 3 degrees. 1 is Associates of Art, 1 is a Bachelor of Science, and 1 is a master's degree. And I walked with my 3 times. So those are 3 degrees. You can't separate it. Now, always remember, some institutions do not offer the associate's degree. Just like some schools just focus on the master's degree. Some just focus on bachelor's. And sometimes you get a school, like I stated before, that focus on multiple. So you cannot, when you're speaking and communicating with people, you cannot assume. That's why you allow them to tell you the whole story of what they have actually completed. And also listen to their word verbiage. If they're working, they have not completed. They're just in school and will be obtaining that degree.